Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is author Dear Spice. Today I'm gonna talk to you about another manifestation technique known as ignore the wobble. Okay, now step one in this manifestation technique is focus only on your interests. Focus on your interests. Choose the way you want to feel. So when you are choosing the way you want to feel, that will be known as deliberate creation. That you are focusing on the interests that you have and you're focusing on the feelings, and that's where you are causing a deliberate creation. So that's step number one. Now step number two, at times what happens is the manifestation doesn't come for a very long time, and you will be pondering why it's not happening, or you'll be having the doubts, or you'll be having certain kind of suspicions or disappointments about it. So when the manifestation doesn't come for a long time, it's only because of this wobble. It's a wrong kind of vibration that you have. So it's not possible that you got a wrong desire. It's impossible to have something called a wrong desire. It isn't manifesting. Your desires are not manifesting because you do not have the confidence in this desire. Because of this wobble, the wobble itself is creating all the kinds of resistances in you, which are not allowing the manifestation to happen. Okay, so wobble is to be considered as a bad habit. You have good habits, you have bad habits. So wobble is a bad habit, and that comes from responding to the environments around. Like if you're constantly thinking about different things, like different people's opinions, different people's opinions about you, and want to feel worthy for somebody else, or such kind of thoughts, it comes from that from the external factors. But internally, your positive self, it always says that okay, you're good, I have confidence in the desire, and it allows you to focus on your desire. The more you focus on your desire, it will be a deliberate creation. It's bound to happen, right? So you got to clear off this wobble. Now step number three is your only job is to be true to your desires, true to your vibration. And how can you be true to your vibration? By doing the things that you love to do. You love to dance, focus only on your dancing. You love to write, focus on your writing. You love to paint, focus on your painting. You love to do gardening, focus on your gardening. That's the only vibration that you need to be in. Focusing on what you love to be doing. Okay? So your only job is to be true to your vibration, and when you're true to your vibration, you have a powerful point of attraction, and the right people are going to show up. So what's going to happen is, when you are focusing on what when you are in this mode of deliberate creation, and you're focusing on your desires of whatever you want to be, whatever you enjoy doing, the right people will show up, and this is actually done by the universe. Now you have a powerful point of attraction at this point of time, and the right people are going to show up. So you don't really have to go after certain people. You don't have to go after them. They will show up when you are in this right vibration. Okay, so you don't have to go after them, and that is the work of the law of attraction. The law of attraction will do all its work for you to get the right people into your life. So all you got to do is to be in the right vibration, doing and enjoying the things that you love to do. So when you're doing completely opposite, that you're going to search up for people to try to find your work, or look for different things, you're doing right the opposite. You are lowering your vibration. So when you're doing the opposite, that is when you're searching for people to show up, then you are in a different vibration. That's why you are attracting more wobble. You're attracting more and more wobble, more and more doubts, more and more resistance to your desires, resistance to the interests that you want to do in your life. So that's step number three. Now step number four is the wobble that self-doubt. Okay, how do you understand whether it's a wobble or your desire? The wobble, right, it will introduce contradictory vibrations. You tend to feel a little more unstable. You tend to feel insecure. You tend to feel that as if you're not heard. You're not heard. It introduces all those kind of things. So step number four is the wobble. It introduces contradictory vibrations. But your positive self, I think you remember the video that I did last week. I spoke about the positive self. Your positive self never does that. Your positive self never introduces contradictions, and that's why it is so powerful. Your positive self always has the very strong bond of attraction, because it never introduces any kind of contradictions. It is fully confident of your desires getting fulfilled. Okay, so that's step number 4. Now, step number 5 is the wobble. It doesn't feel good. It feels like instability. It feels like insecurity. It feels like being disadvantaged, and it feels like as if you're not being heard. Now, give up the wobble. Give up this wobble, and you get clarity. Give up this wobble, you get clarity. You get more and more clarity once you give up this wobble. Okay, so give up the wobble and you get clarity. Think about the emotional feeling first. If you are so out of place, right, you think about the emotional feeling first, and then the emotional indicator, and then the emotional feeling of clarity will start coming up. Okay, so give up the wobble and you will start getting more clarity. So that's step number 5. Okay, step number 6, your intention is only to focus. Your intention is only to focus, and you need to differentiate between the wobble and the focus. So as long as you know the difference between focus and wobble, you're good. Okay, and indicate and just advocate for yourself more focus. Whenever you deviate and move in the direction of your wobble, just come back and advocate yourself for the focus, because your higher self, positive self of you in you, is only focusing on your desires. Okay, and that will lead you to the manifestation. Okay, it has the highest point of attraction. So that's step number 6. Now, step number 7, be a specific, deliberate thinker. Be a specific, deliberate thinker. You have a vibrational talent that came first. Your talents were nurtured, but you had a vibrational talent first, right? So be deliberate with your thoughts, words, and actions, and get out ahead of what is. Get out ahead of from what is your current situation. Just get out ahead of it. Okay, so that's step number 7. Now, step number 8 is life is supposed to feel good all the time. All the time, life is supposed to feel good. That's how it is. The idea about your manifestation should feel like accelerating. Like when you just think about the manifestation, you should feel like you're really beaming out of joy and happiness. Just the idea of it should make you feel that way. Now, what happens is, just the idea about your manifestation should feel exhilarating to you done while doing the action. Like, we spend very less time doing the action, but we spend a lot of time on the aspect of emotions, ideas, and all that. And when this starts building up, it's then that you take the action. Very less amount of time, right? So a lot of time is not spent on the action, and it is there. You need to practice feeling good. You just need to keep on practicing feeling good, because life is supposed to feel good. And this is what you realize, that when you have this emotional quotient, when you start feeling good all the time, and it is there that the manifestation begins to unfold. So that's step number 8. Step number 9 is, there is no reason for you not to be in alignment all the time. There's definitely no reason for you to feel that you're out of alignment any point of time. Your positive self anyways is aligned all the time. So your positive self has a strong point of attraction, and law of attraction responds to the positive self. The positive self which is in you, is the law of attraction responds to it, which is the larger part of you anyways. The larger part of you is your positive self. You are just a percentage of what you present yourself, but the larger portion of you is your positive self. And the positive self, whatever it is, it has the strongest point of attraction. Now, your positive self has the power to gather all the cooperative components to manifest your desire. So the cooperative components are cooperative. They are not resistant, and you need to be a cooperative component and follow the path of least resistance. You yourself need to be a cooperative component to the cooperative components that the universe has brought in front of you, and not be resistant enough, and just follow the path of least resistance. Now, how do you follow the path of least resistance? Step 10. The path of least resistance is not a single step. It's not the only step. Okay, there are plenty of steps, plenty of paths in front of you. Now, how do you choose the path of least resistance? It is the best feeling path. Where you're feeling the best. Okay, it's the best feeling path. So that path is what you're gonna choose. Okay, there is just not only one path. It's the best feeling path. Okay, the path of least resistance is not the only path. It's the best feeling path. Keep on choosing the better feeling path every single time. Every time you keep on choosing the better feeling thought and a better feeling thought and a better feeling thought. Okay, and so you have to care enough of yourself in order to be on a good feeling path. So the more you start caring about yourself, you start feeling good about yourself. It's then that you keep choosing the better feeling path every single time. Okay, there will be plenty of paths in front of you. What do you want to do, right? You go and choose the path that has the least resistance, the path that makes you feel very, very, like it just very easy to do, very easy to do, and you feel it gives you the best, it brings out the best feelings in you. So that's the path that you need to take. Okay, so that's step number 10. And last but not the least, you cannot have an happy ending if your journey is not happy. Your journey got to be happy. Your journey to your manifestation has to be happy. So if that has to be happy, your journey should have a happy ending. Then only you're going to have a happy ending. So you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Right? It has to be happy at every step. Happy at every step. Keeping on choosing the best feeling path at every step is then that your journey is also a very happy path. Okay, the path has to feel good, and it's got to feel good now. Now, the current moment should feel good. It's not later or never or future, and it has to feel good now. Now, it isn't about the next segment. It's about the now, right? It's about the now, and all of your power that you have is right now. Right now. Now, it's about choosing the zone now and not choosing the wobble. Every time you choose the path now, every time you start ignoring the wobble. So it's about choosing the alignment now. Okay? So the last step is very clear to you that it's about choosing alignment first. Choosing alignment first and then doing the action. Choosing alignment first and then doing the action. It's about the path of the best feeling path. It's a path of the least resistance. It's the path where you start feeling good now. Don't wait for the next segment where you want to feel good. You got to feel good now. Okay? Okay guys, so this is the manifestation technique known as ignore the wobble. And I'll get back to you around the same time next Saturday with another law of attraction technique. Stay tuned, and thank you for subscribing, thank you for the likes, and I'll get back to you again next Saturday. Bye for now.